The lovely and talented Wharton County Librarian Elene Gedevani joining us at the news desk. Elene, let's talk about the East Bernard Library remodeling project. There's been a lot that's gone on behind the scenes here. So how did it start?
Thank you, Russell, for having me today with great news about the East Bernard Branch Library remodeling project. Basically, it started last year in 2022 when the library received 3 grants, $100,000 from the Tucker Foundation, $17,000 from the Stillwater Foundation for furniture and shelving, and $18,000 from the MG and Lily Johnson Foundation for replacing the old carpet. With this tremendous help of these foundations, it became possible to turn the old-fashioned library into a contemporary library of the Wharton County Library system.
Well, congratulations, and you were lucky to get all these grants in the same year, but I know that also there was a lot of hard work into getting these grants.
Oh, yes, and so after receiving all these 3 grants at about the same time last year, that was exactly when the remodeling project came into play. The project covered demolishing 22-year-old shelves and circulation desks and old furniture and replacing the old carpet. Thanks to the county maintenance department for the great job they have done.
Now, I know that this is the third branch library you've been renovating with grant money. Is that right?
I would say yes and no, Russell. Yes, it is the third branch that has been renovated. And yes, El Campo and Luis branches have been renovated only with the grant money. But in case of East Bernard branch, the Wharton County Commissioner's Court tremendously helped me.
That was a big issue in Commissioner's Court. There's a lot of talk that went back and forth on that, discussion on that remodeling project. Let's talk about that. I want you to explain how that happened.
Exactly. I'm sure the county residents learned from the local papers that the Commissioner's Court allocated $37,000 to fix the cracked foundation of the library building. But it turned out that fixing plumbing became #1 priority, and with adding $10,000 from the library budget, so total $47,000, became possible to solve this issue. I don't know if you had a chance to look through the pictures of the old pipes before they replaced them. But honestly, I've never seen such rusted and cracked pipes with plant roots growing inside them. I still can't imagine how this library had been operating all this time.
Yeah, that's very true. And also going back to the Commissioner's Court meeting, if the budget wasn't going to make it, you did ask them if they could take some out of your budget.
From the library
as
budget.
well. And you said, can you squeeze a little more out of mine?
Yeah,
that's what you said. To kind of get it across the finish line.
Exactly, but it helped them, to solve the issue.
Yeah. We'll talk about the staff of the library working on this project. Everybody kind of pitched in on this thing.
It is true, Russell. I guess we were so motivated to be part of this project, helping each other, and like you said, working hard within tight deadlines. Then I still cannot imagine how we managed to weed out 2,000 books and boxed up more than 15,000 of the collection. But I will be honest, East Bernard staff carried the biggest load. They are truly amazing librarians.
Let's talk about the library itself. East Bernard Library, not a big branch of the Wharton County Library, but
it's a medium size.
Okay, there you go. So let's talk about how it serves the community, where it falls in that category.
Well, I like this question, Russell. I know many people think that the size of the library is important, but from my experience, I would say that no matter how small the library is, if it is active, it fully serves its goal.
True.
If we consider the population of East Bernard of about, 2,300 residents, only in 2022, this library conducted 153 children's programs, had more than 3,000 attendees, and more than 35,000 people visited the library.
Wow. That's a whole lot when you consider only 2,300 people. So think about that. If you consider the population, that's a whole lot of people being served in that community.
It's a very good result. I mean, the community is very active, and I am truly thankful for that. They like their library. They frequently visit the library, and they take care of their library, especially by sponsoring our biggest summer reading programs for children and adults.
And I know from talking to a lot of East Bernard residents and also keeping up with Courtney Hudgens, who's the superintendent at EBISD, the demographics are growing, changing a little bit, but they are trying to keep an eye on how many people are coming in because they have to reflect and be able
balance.
To exactly and react to how many people are going to be coming in.
It is growing. I agree. It is growing. And in my opinion, it is also another major factor for the library to be active. More families tend to settle in that area, and I'm so glad that they are focusing on developing their children's early literacy skills and also oriented on education using the library's free resources and services.
Wharton County Librarian Elene Gedevani joining us. Elene, anything else that you want to add about the remodeling project at East Bernard?
I would like to make an announcement that on Tuesday, June 13th, from 10 to 12 p.m., the East Bernard branch will be hosting an open house of its remodeled library. Everyone is invited who is interested to take a look at the renovations and have light refreshments and door prizes. This open house will be our way of saying thank you to the East Bernard community for their patience and care, and to all who have supported the library. And again, thank you foundations to help rural libraries grow and serve their communities. And thank you, Russell, for having me today.
Always glad to have you here. And congratulations on getting that library renovated and turned around. It's beautiful now and took a lot of work, but you got it there.
And of course, you will be invited.
I hope so. All right, Elene Gedevani, the librarian of the Wharton County Library System. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
All right.